Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you another episode of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Last episode we were running around, working through the laboratory, trying to rescue Professor Crane. And a very annoying Spinnerack that didn't want to behave. Caught a Nomal. Hey, it's Snorunt. Snorunt was one of those Pokemon that took me forever to find too in Emerald. Because in Let's Plays, I have a tendency to use Mons that Ash uses. Like, if you look at some of my favorite Mons and some Mons that I use in LPs, if the anime's already been out before the game comes out, you'll see me use Mons that Ash has caught. Or I'll add them in subsequent playthroughs and that. For example, when I played Emerald, because Ruby and Sapphire had been out for a while, I used Sceptile, I had Swellow, I used Glalie, I used Torkoal, I used a lot of the Mons that Ash had. I didn't use a Pikachu though. I never use Pikachu outside of Kanto. I always use, when I do use the Mons, I always use Mons that belong in that region. I'm weird, okay? I'm a weird person. But you look at some of my favorite Mons: Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, Lapras. Basically, if Ash has used it, for the most part, I've liked it. Like, of Ash's Pokemon, Cerebi. Just going to January 9th. Okay, so I have until January 9th. I'm on Cerebi and I just saw January 9th. I was like, oh. So I have until January 9th to get a bunch of Centiskorches. And okay, C-Dot is ready to roll. So C-Dot, you're done. Your time here is complete. Feel your time is now. Whoops. Keep purifying. Anime character bios. Ash Ketchum. So the Mons of Ashes that are in my favorite list. Wait, what? Ash has Mr. Mime? I did not know that. Interesting. The Mr. Mime from all the way back in Kanto, Mimey. That, his mother has been using. Ash has that on his team, apparently. Alrighty then. Rowlet, I love Lycanroc. Incineroar is one of my favorites. Melmetal's a favorite. Talonflame. Noivern. I didn't necessarily like Hawlucha too much. It's a cool Mon, but it's not in my favorites. But Noivern, Charizard, Superior. Well, he had Snivy, because for some fucking reason they decided he didn't need to evolve his Pokemon in Gens 5 or 7. His Gen 16 is really weird. Scrafty's one of my favorites. Levani I think is really cool. Seismitoad I really like. Uldor I really like. Crocodile is one that I really like. Fortress, Infernape, Staraptor. Didn't really care for Buizel. I don't really care for Buizel or Floatzel. Sorry, Fizzle. Gliscor I think is really cool. Garchomp's really cool. I can't Wait till he gets his Typhlosion, because I love Typhlosion. Sceptile, Donphan's a personal favorite. Swellow's a favorite. Corphish was one of those I didn't really care about. Glalie I loved. Torkoal, Bulbasaur. I hate the Mon competitively. I don't like its final evolution, Meganium, but I love Bayleaf. I think Bayleaf's really cool. Chikorita's pretty cool. There's another one of those flashes. I love Feraligatr and Totodile. Noctowl. That's why I have a shiny Noctowl. I legit hunted on Heart Gold, Soul Silver for a long time when I was young, and I finally ran into one. This was before I had my cheat device that allows me to just change it to shiny. I hunted Noctowl for a long time, trying to get a shiny Noctowl. Because I wanted to be, seriously, when I grew up, or when I was younger, I was like, I want to be Ash. Heracross, Snorlax, I love Kingler. I use Muck in Let's Plays. I've used Tauros in Let's Plays. Wasn't that big of a fan of Goodra until NCL. After NCL, I now really, really like Goodra, both as a competitive Mon and just as a Mon in general. Meganadel I didn't use. What was the point of that battle? There was no point to this battle. Let's see. Greninja was one of my favorites that I've used a lot, both Draft League and non. I didn't use Apom that much. T-Tar, because he did have the Larvitar for a little bit. His Lapras, like I said. I've used Pidgeot before. It's not like my go-to fly type with Ashes. Primeape, I'm still mad that he doesn't have his Primeape. Haunter, I've used Gengar quite a bit in playthroughs. I never have used a Butterfree though, because it's a little too weak. Granted, now that it's got a Gigantamax form, maybe I'll need to revisit it. Okay, so this was the one that triggers the event, so I need to go the other way to clear this out. But yeah, growing up, I used to name myself Ash. I think that Charizard... Yeah, that Charizard's OT is Ash. And I believe so is my Sceptile. My original OGs that I have kept, the Sceptile and the Charizard. I don't know if I kept everybody. I know for sure the Sceptile and the Charizard I've kept for all these years. These 15 years, I've kept them with me. They're sitting on Heart Gold and, or not Heart Gold, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I think back to the first time nostalgia, just fake tears. I got real tears because God, I can think back to the first time I played. So when I was a kid, I lost my Pokemon Emerald copy. I had it when I went to my grandparents, and then lost it. And we ended up finding it. It turns out that I had dropped it in my grandparents' van, and it had gone under the seat. And when my brother was, because when we were younger, we would go back and forth. We'd spend like a week out at my grandparents', go to museums, the aquarium, go see my grandpa's business, just spend time with my grandparents, go see my cousins, and so I'd play the game in the car, and I lost Emerald, but my brother was in the car, and he dropped something, and we looked under the seat, and there was the game. The game had been missing for almost 3 months. And we had found it, and so there's nothing this way. Okay. So I was super relieved to have found the game, But that game had everything on it. I had transferred Umbreon and Espeon for my first Coliseum Let's Play. I had traded one of my dad's cousin's kids, so it's like my third cousin, I think. Traded him for a Rayquaza because I couldn't get my Rayquaza. I couldn't make it up the tower. And heal. I just remember being so devastated about losing that game. The Sceptile was on that game too. That right there should just show you just how much. God damn it. That's probably the ID card, which means this guy's got a shadow. But yeah, that hit hard. Losing that game, and now remembering about that. I mean, yeah, I know they're pixels, they're data, they're fictional characters, but I treated them like pets. And so losing them just devastated me. That's why I'm so protective. Because then, so now that when my dad's dog was younger and not blind and all that, she would chew on everything, and she chewed the corner of Emerald. So my Emerald copy that I have has been chewed. And I am even more protective of that game now. It's like, I need to protect you, I need to keep you safe where you're not going to get destroyed and all that. Because I've broken two Pokemon games. The first one being Emerald, where my dad's dog chewed it. It's not broken, it still works, but it's not like a pristine new cartridge. And then the original copy of Diamond that my brother and I had, and I've talked about the story with Diamond before. Not this particular story, but that story. It was underneath a chair. We had, my brother and I had slid it back and forth, and then forgot that it had slid under the chair, and he got up before I had gotten it out. And what ended up happening was, when he got up, he sat forward. When he sat forward, the chair came. Sorry about that burp. The chair came down, and it smashed the cartridge. And the cartridge, it still works. Like, we taped it. It popped a corner of the cartridge off, the plastic, but it didn't damage the interior guts. That thing is taped and in a safe place in my room, because that cartridge has a lot of meaning to me as well. So I repaired it the best I could, and it still works, but we haven't turned it on in years because we don't want it to break. Okay, so you had me you were standing guard over an ether. Man, they played your ass. They were just seeing how committed you were to this whole thing. So I know where I can get to, and then I'll save in front of that. But oh yeah, good memories of being a kid and Pokemon and all that. And then I accidentally got my cousins addicted to Pokemon, and my aunts, to this day, my aunt is pissed at me still about that. Because in my vast collecting of Pokemon cards, I didn't get rid of the duplicates for a long time. I kept the duplicates, and then in trying to close up some space, I was like, I'll get rid of the duplicates. Plus, my brother gave me his entire collection, because that was right around the time when my brother stopped collecting cards, stopped playing games, stopped all that. So then I gave it to my cousins, who are 10 years younger than me. I gave him my cards and showed him Pokemon and all that, and the kid became obsessed just like me. The kid loves it. And so now, like, I hear about it. He's asking for cards and this and that. It's like, I'm sorry I got him hooked on a children's game that I got hooked to. You want to blame someone? Blame your mother, because she's the one that got me hooked. She bought me my very first Pokemon card pack, and I was set from that point forward. Pokemon's been a good thing to me. The only reason I don't call myself a PokeTuber is because the stereotype with PokeTubers is their channels don't grow. You look at Dan, and Dan's one of the few exceptions, but Dan's at like 500,000 now, almost. But you look at these variety gaming channels, which is why I do variety gaming, why I do Smash, why I do other... I mean, I should branch out from Nintendo, but right now, financially, all I can afford is to play Nintendo games because I can't go out and buy a PS3, a PS4, and play these old games and all that. I never played on the system, so it'd be an adjustment period of me learning how to do that as well. But, like, I try to do variety gaming because I'd like my channel to grow faster, you know, like a Markiplier or a Jacksepticeye or, I forget, a PewDiePie. I'll never get to PewDiePie. Oh my god, Teddy Ursa. PewDiePie status. That's not a realistic goal, but I want the channel to grow faster and bigger, that way more people see it and I can help more people, because again, the only reason I do this is to help people. I don't care about the fame, the fortune, the money. It's just a way, the money is a way to help grow, the fame is a way to help more people, because like, I just do this so people have something to do. They can see, oh, look at this person, he's got XYZ issues like me, and he's still able to do this. I have crippling anxiety. I have crippled social anxiety. I don't like to talk to people. I am not very social, and here I am recording videos and streaming and talking to people and completely ignoring my anxiety. And the only reason I'm doing that, because I got inspired by Dan and Duncan and Jack and Mark and a whole bunch of other people when I was in a down period in my life. So, you know, it worked for me. If I can repay that and help somebody else, that's what I want to do. Sorry, this episode just went from woo to like down to earth type of thing. I don't know why. I just kind of got into that mood. I really don't know why. I'm just in that kind of mood right now. So, like, that's why I don't call myself a PokeTuber, but I don't even know where the story started. I've lost the plot. Totally lost the plot. I don't know. But yeah, like, just in 2 years, I already know that my anxiety is better in the 2 years since I started YouTube. Hound Hour, you weren't supposed to come out, bud. Sun Gold been out. I gotta go heal after this too. Because 2 years ago, I went to the American Meteorology Society, AMS, their national conference down in Houston, Texas. And I could hardly talk to people and trying to socially connect and do like the career fair and this and that. I couldn't hardly talk. I just walked around. I literally, the career fair, I went and grabbed the sliders that were being catered, and I just sat there. I just sat there and ate sliders while my friends walked around. I went and talked to maybe 2 grad schools. I tagged behind my friends, didn't talk to anybody. Because I just was so gripped by fear. And then towards the end of that conference, because they have a student conference and then they have the main conference, which is everybody from around the country, around the world attends. The student conference obviously is just for students and is geared towards grad school and early career and all that, the stuff that I need to do and work on. And Dr. Josh Werman, who's a name that probably doesn't mean anything to a majority of you, but He is one of the big names in radar meteorology. Ran Vortex 2, which was a huge tornado research study using radar. Basically, what I did in college was a lot of what he did. I centered and focused on stuff that he was doing because I figured that was the best way for me to help people. And anyways, sidebar tangent. I couldn't talk to him. I literally spent like 20 minutes walking around the convention hall that we were in. And he came over to the table I was standing at, just snacking on the stuff that was put out of nervousness, and he said hello, and I said very squeakily hi, and then froze, and then kind of quickly finished eating and walked away. And I kept circling, and finally my two friends that I was staying with, because we had a hotel room together, which, that was a weird story. Our hotel was a mile away from the convention center. The rest of our group from the school, their hotel was like 5 blocks from the thing, but it was cheaper for us to go out there, so that's what we did. So we'd walk a mile to and back every day to go to the convention. Anywho, they were ready to go back to the hotel. They had had enough. They wanted to go to bed and that, so they said, look, we can either leave now as a group, or they said you can go say hi to him, introduce yourself, man up and do it, and we can go home together as a group, or we're going to leave your ass here and you're going to have to walk a mile by yourself in downtown Houston at night on your own. I said, okay, I will go talk to him. So I finally got the courage up. I went and said, hello, my name is Zach. Thank you for all the research work that you've done. I've been following you for a while now because I watched the show Storm Chasers, which he was on, and that was kind of what directed me towards meteorology after I gave up engineering. Was I was just watching Storm Chasers again. I was like, I want to do this. And yeah, long story short, I got over my anxiety there. But then last year when I went in Phoenix, when I was down in Phoenix for it, I was able to talk to people. I had some troubles. I did have a few troubles where I just couldn't talk to people. And finally I got over those troubles and was able to talk. But, and that was part of, YouTube and Twitch. I got more comfortable with being in front of a camera, so it was like, it's just like you're talking to people for YouTube. It's just like you're talking to people on Twitch. Just go up, say, hello, my name is Zach. I graduated here and this and that, and the rest is history. I do still struggle. Even today, not today, but, well, it might have happened today. Even at work, I still struggle, because it's like, seeing new customers and that, it's like, one, I'm new to the job, so I don't want to screw it up, and two, it's just, I'm nervous, because I'm talking to people in the public, and it's like, are they judging me, this and that, and it's like, stop worrying about it, relax, everything's gonna be alright. So, where was I going with this story? Oh, my anxiety on YouTube and helping people. This has been such a long-winded, story. My brain's fried. And I still have, I think, 3 more episodes to record in this session, plus 2 league matches, because that's why I'm wearing the Corp Knights today, is I gotta play a league match, and I didn't bring the Beartix, or the Charizard sweater, even though I have a Charizard match to play today. Yay! My brain is so toasted. Those matches are not going to go well if I don't take a break and relax for a few hours. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not going insane. This is why I need days off. This is why I'm recording in a span of 2 days. I'm recording 30 days worth of material. Thank you. I know Steel is ready to be verified. A great ball. Great ball of the fire. So Spiel's coming out. Baltoy's going up. That leaves Golden and Baltoy in the party. Right, this is the generation that poison damage is still a thing. Up we go. Heal. Now I'm just sitting here in silence. It's like I just talked for 20-some minutes straight about life in Pokemon. I got from Pokemon to anxiety in 25 minutes. That's pretty damn impressive in my opinion. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap the episode here. I know it's like 5 minutes early. We'll get to up here and then... Nah, we'll keep going. We got 4 minutes. Save. It's fine. I want to keep these about 30 minutes. But I'm going to take a break for a little bit. I'm going to go watch some YouTube videos. Sit back. I'm going to relax. I'm going to find out where my brother is because the fucker took the car. Because his Jeep has a broken bolt. So he had to take the car, go get a bolt, and this and that and that. So I gotta find out what happened there, and then I'll come back. I'll record another hour and a half, and then I'll chill for another hour probably. I'll take a half-hour break, and then it's Carvana. That's a Shadow Carvana. That's okay. I'm not too worried about it being, because I'll just catch up with Pokemon. Or I'll catch it in the Great One or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I'll catch one in Emerald. So. But I'll take a half-hour break just to let my mind kind of unwind. And I'll record an hour and a half, and then I'll play my games. So then I'll go home, make dinner, hang out with my brother, go to work tomorrow, and stream. I gotta record with Bros tomorrow. So yeah, that puts it into perspective of when I'm recording these. Iowa Bros hasn't been recorded yet, so gotta do that. Bye bye, Psyduck. Teddy Ursa was getting swamped out after this. Put Houndour back up front because Teddy Ursa has hit level 20, so that switch training thing is where we're going from here. Teddy Ursa, please beat down that Remoraid, and then I'm switching out. Put Gulpin in. Goodbye, Remoraid. Remoraid to Octillery is one of the weirdest evolutions in my opinion. Actually, let's just try to use this Great Ball out of one here. Oh, stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. Oh, stretchy. Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to put a little more damage on it before I do that then. I also think Teddy Ursa evolves now, so it's a good way to keep that thing going. Or keep it from fainting so it doesn't... I don't have to get up another level to evolve the Ursaring. We'll smack this thing up a couple times. Ideally, I smack it, put it in range, one of these goes to hyper mode, and then I can call it. Crit hit. Crit! Yeah, there it is. I called it. Crit! Call. Item. Smoky ball. Kaboom! That needs to clean his wall. It's filthy. Ugh. 2, 3. Yeah, I'm not gonna call it. Alright, I'll call it in the next set of episodes. So, thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description down below. See you guys next time.